Hey there folks, Matthias Carlson here. As the title says, I've lost 105 pounds. Today I'm making a video talking about how I did it, how you can do it as well, and just some general tips and tricks. I will definitely be making more videos on this topic to answer any more questions, but today is just a basic kind of overview. So we're going to be covering three main things, that is mindset, diet, and the gym and just exercise. Okay, so first off, mindset. Mindset and motivation are two different things. Okay, lots of people can be motivated for different reasons, but the mindset is almost the same. Motivation can look like just never wanting to be made fun of again, wanting to be able to take your shirt off at the beach, to also spending quality time with friends and family, your kids, to prove someone wrong. Like, there's tons of different motivations. As unfortunate as it is, self-hatred is another motivation. Fortunately, that is what motivated me a lot, and I've had to spend an equal amount of time of losing the weight to also revert those thoughts about myself and that motivation into being something that's a little bit more mentally healthy. Again, I'm probably going to make another video covering that because that's just too much to talk about. So mindset and motivation are two different things. So what is the mindset? That is simply just wanting it that badly. Whatever is motivating you to start, but your mindset is just wanting the goal that badly. And that is a super key mindset to have, and I personally don't think that you will be able to achieve your goals over a long period of time if you don't want it that badly. Wanting it that badly helps you to stay consistent on the off days and even weeks. Those times when your friends invite you to go out and you either say yes and go out with them, but you're just sticking to diet sodas and the lowest calorie, highest protein option on the menu, or just not going at all. It is kind of brutal to do that. That's what I had to do. Social life definitely did take a dive for a good few months. I wanted it that badly. I wanted to lose the weight. I wanted to finally be skinny. And so you have to do what you have to do. And there were days, man, I work construction 8 to 12 hours a day, and there were days where the project we were on over this period of time was an hour away from where I live, and so I would have already been beat, drove an hour in horrendous traffic where I live, and I get home, the last thing I want to do is toss in a little bit of food and go and hit a workout. But you gotta do it. You gotta want it that badly to go, nope, you know what? I'm going. I'm hitting the workout. I'm not missing a day. I'm not skipping. We're doing it. The mindset of wanting it that badly helps you to stay consistent on the off days. Also, there is no excuses, okay? Whatever program you set out for yourself, and if you really want it that badly, there's no excuse that's good enough, okay? I had tons of people tell me, oh yeah, well, I work construction, man, that's just way too hard. I did too. Oh. Well, I'm in an office, and man, dude, just staring at the computer all day long. Yeah, you're not tired. You're not tired, okay? If I'm slaving away on a job site for 10 hours, and you're sitting in a chair, you have enough energy to go and work out. Okay, there are no good excuses. If you just don't do what you gotta do, the simple answer is you don't want it that badly. And that's fine if you don't want it that badly, but you have to want it that badly to get the results you want. Next portion, diet. Diet is super key. And what you do with your diet is super key. And the thing that I cannot recommend enough is tracking your calories. Okay? Tracking your calories does so much for you. And not just tracking your calories going, oh, this is about 500 calories. No. It's meticulously weighing out every little bit of food, measuring out every little bit of food, and getting yourself a proper food scale. Okay? That is key. Now, if you're asking yourself, okay, fine, I can track all the calories, how many calories am I supposed to eat? Because, school, whatever, told me that because I'm a man, I gotta be eating 2,500 calories. 500 calorie deficit, that's 2,000 calories. That's not a lot. Okay, the blanket number of 2,500 calories, it's good. It's not bad. It's not great either. That really 2,500 calories helps you maintain a very average physique and body weight. And for what I do right now, I would be losing weight on 2,500 calories. And the way you calculate all that is you go to this great website called Mayo Clinic. I can throw a link down to it in the description. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. But you go to Mayo Clinic, you put in your gender, your height, your current weight, and your activity. And you got to be honest with yourself with the activity. Some people go, yeah, man, I hit 10,000 steps, so obviously I'm at the peak of activity. Okay, you got to be honest with yourself with the activity, and you get that number, and that number is within about 100 calories plus or minus. So right now, it tells me to maintain my current weight, I need to be at around 3,000 calories. It's quite a bit more than the 2,500 that we've kind of been told our entire lives. Now that does take into account me working in construction, 10,000 steps a day, hitting the gym every day, cardio every day, and this, that, and the other thing. And that number might not be right either. But from what the scale's been telling me, that it is where I'm maintaining weight. So, yeah. Now, some more diet tips. High protein and low fat, right? You don't want to just lose weight. I mean, maybe you do, but hopefully also you want to get a bit of muscle as well, because one, you'll look better, and there's tons of science behind what muscle can do for you and your body, and just how healthy it makes you. So if you're in the gym, which you should be, and that's what I did, you're going to want to be eating high protein, so you're not losing tons of muscle while being in a calorie deficit. By the way, it's the only way to lose weight, being in a calorie deficit. And yeah, just trying to nail high protein. You can just start off with about a gram of protein per pound of body weight. And then low fat. Now, not because fat makes you fat, but just because a gram of fat is about 9 calories and a gram of carbs and protein is about 4. Decreasing the amount of fat and increasing the amount of protein and keeping the carbs about the same, it helps, right? Stuff like half-fat mayonnaise, super key. Normal mayonnaise is about 90 calories per tablespoon. Half-fat or low-fat mayonnaise is about 35 per tablespoon. You'll come quickly to find out as you take on this endeavor that most sauces are made out of mayonnaise, and they have a lot of calories. So does ranch dressing, okay? Lots of salads aren't as healthy as we'd like them to be because they're just drenched in dressing. Now, what I specifically did, and I do not recommend this at all, is I would eat between 9 and 1,200 calories. That is not enough. That is not enough. And I will tell anyone else who takes this on, start off with about a 500 calorie deficit. Run that for like a month and a half, depending on how much weight you need to lose. Either keep that or decrease it after that. I had 100 pounds to lose in 8 months. So eating 9 to 1,200 calories, it does that. Okay? My energy went in the dumpster. My strength went in the dumpster. And my attitude and mood went in the dumpster, okay? If I was to redo this all over again, I would probably start off with about 2,400 calories decreased to 22 after like a month, decreased to 2,000 after another month, keep 2,000 for 2 or 3 months, and then maybe decrease to 1,800 from there. But not enough food. It does not help your performance in the gym whatsoever, and it can cause a lot of issues with your hormones. In guys, testosterone production. If you're not eating enough food, your testosterone goes down the drain too. Okay? Now I keep talking about the gym and what I did. I worked out 7 days a week. Okay, I lifted weights 6 days a week, and then 1 day a week I did an hour of steady state cardio. And the gym, there's a lot of right, wrong, and non-answers out there that, to be honest, we don't all know. You can find someone to say that one thing is right and the exact same thing is wrong. So what I did, and I don't know if it's the best, but what I did is I did the Arnold split. So that would be 1 day chest back, the next day arms, the last day legs, rest day where I would do an hour of cardio, and then chest back, arms, legs again. I just like doing that. Hitting chest and back on the same day felt good. Having a dedicated arm day feels good. And leg day sucked. It always sucks. If you like training legs, you're not training legs hard enough. But the split you choose really doesn't matter. I've done push-pull legs. I'm doing anterior, posterior right now. I'm probably going to do upper-lower again. And so, for clarification, anterior, posterior is, like, one of my days is chest and quads. The next day is back and hamstrings. And then arms. It's not the best. It's not the worst. I just work out, okay? And I hit each muscle group twice a week. The important things are showing up and not skipping, okay? A bad workout's better than no workout. I did not miss a day in the gym unless I physically was not near one. And to a point of, like, actually not near one. Not just, well, I'm in a different city, so my home gym's far away. No, like, when I would go on a little trip, I'd hit up the local rec center or Planet Fitness or anything. I would hit the gym if I could. And then cardio. Every single day along with weightlifting, I would do 15 minutes of cardio, and then on the rest days, an hour of cardio. And that helps you just burn extra calories, as well as it makes you healthier, okay? I went from a totally gassed out 12-minute mile to just over 6 minutes. Obviously, a 5-minute mile is like elite. Around 6 minutes is like the beginning of pretty athletic. So I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that, because also I'm not a runner. I'm not a good runner at all. I would do stair stepper, max incline treadmill at 3 miles an hour, or cardio bike. I stayed away from the elliptical. I don't know if it's good or bad. I just didn't really like it. And so yeah, 15 minutes after my lift. Just hit it, get it on. It helps you a lot. Rest days, another important thing in the gym. As you could see from my split, I do not hit any rest days. That is not necessarily the right thing to do. I am currently working on how to factor those in to my split, but I also love being in the gym. A programmed rest day is different than skipping the gym. Don't just say, taking a rest day today. Yep, need a rest day. Rest days are good. He says rest days are good. I'm taking a rest day. No. If you're working out 5 days a week, and so 2 of those are rest days, that's not skipping the gym, but just saying, I don't want to hit arms, taking a rest day. No. You're skipping. Just be honest with yourself. It's okay to skip. I mean, it's not, but it's okay to skip as long as you're honest with yourself and going, I need to show up tomorrow. As soon as you start making excuses is where your goals can really fall apart. But if you're one of those guys who wants it that badly, I'm not worried about you. You're not going to be making excuses. Now, as far as training volume, I'm no authority on this. I do about 16 sets per muscle group per week. That's too much. I'm definitely finding I'm plateauing, but I really like lifting weights. And my physique isn't It's not complete. It's not great. It looks a lot better than it did before, is all I'll say. Um, Typically, from what I've heard across from many different professionals and trainers and bodybuilders, everything is 8 to 10 sets per muscle group per week is about optimal, and any more than that can be okay if you're trying to target a specific muscle to be brought up. But at this point in your training journey, that's not as important. So yeah, I do believe I do too much volume, and I'm working on that. And at the end of the day, guys, that's what this is all about, is working on yourself and your programming, and everything is a work in progress. That's what I did. It'll work for you. It worked for me. And if you guys have any more questions, I'm probably going to make a video answering just different like buzzwords that we hear in the fitness industry, like seed oils and yada yada yada, and how that factored into my weight loss. But in closing, track your calories, sleep. Sleep is also really important. And then stay consistent and just want your goals that badly. If you guys disagree with me or have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.